In this video we're going to look at congruent triangles and the conditions that are required to see if two triangles are congruent. Now remember in maths, congruent means the same shape and size. Okay, so for instance if you had a square and another square and the side was 3 centimeters and the side was 3 centimeters, they would be congruent because the sides are all the same. Obviously a square, 3 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 3 centimeters, and so on for this one, but also the angles are all 90 degrees. So for a shape to be congruent, it must have the same lengths of sides and the same angles. Okay, so same sides and same angles. Drawn two triangles that are congruent. The base is 8 centimeters and the two sides are 5 centimeters. And this one, even though it's spun around upside down, it would still be congruent. So even though triangles may be rotated, reflected, slid, translated, as long as they've got the same angles and sides, they would be congruent. Now the good thing about triangles are that you can have, you don't need all the information, you don't need to know all the three angles and all the three sides to prove their congruence. You just need to know the following ones I'm going to show you now. Okay, so these are the conditions to see if triangles are congruent. I would pause the video now if I was you and write these down into your notes to know that you've got a copy of them. So if you've got side, 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 so if you've got two triangles that have got the same three sides, no matter what order they're in, they're going to be congruent. Side, angle, side. So if you've got two sides and the angle between them, then it would be again, and another triangle that's got the same two sides and the same angle between it, even if they're rotated, they would be congruent. Angle, side, angle, 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 side, and RHS, which stands for right angle, hypotenuse, side. Let's have a look at each one of those now. Here's an example then of side, side, side. So you've got two triangles, they're scalene triangles, and this one's got 6 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and 7.5 centimeters, and this one's 4 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and 7.5 centimeters. Both triangles have the three same sides, and if you were to try to draw them, you'd find that the corresponding angles would be the same for both of them. So these two triangles are congruent. So if you've got two triangles drawn for you in a test paper set, and they've got the three sides exactly the same, then they are congruent triangles. Okay, side, angle, side. Now the key thing here is that the side, the angle, and the side must be in order. Okay, so here you can see this has got 6 centimeters, the angle of 110, and the side of 4 centimeters. This one has got the side of 6 centimeters, the angle of 110, and the side of 4 centimeters. So the main thing is that these have to be side, angle, side, side, angle, side. See, like so. Okay, so they have to be in this particular order. But if you've got two triangles with a side, an angle, and the side exactly the same, even if they're rotated like these are, you can tell that these two triangles would be congruent. Okay, angle, side, angle. So if you've got an angle, the side between them, and another angle, and that's for two triangles, then the triangles will be congruent. So here's an example. An angle, the 12 centimeters between the angles, and another angle of 85 degrees. 20 degrees, the side of 12 centimeters, and another angle of 85 degrees. So it's angle, side, angle, angle, side, angle. So because you have got these three corresponding values the same in the right order, angle, side, angle, then these two triangles are congruent. They're the same shape and they're the same size. Okay, the next condition is angle, angle, side. So if you've got an angle, and a side, an angle, and a side that are the same, 55, 20, 10, 55, 20, 10, then they are congruent. Now it's very important that the two angles are in the right order. So 55, 20, and then the 10. 55, 20, and then the 10. And then these triangles would be congruent. Okay, and the last condition is RHS, right angle, hypotenuse, side. So knowing your Pythagoras' theorem, because you've got a right angle, a hypotenuse, and a side, a right angle, a hypotenuse, and a side. Remember, the hypotenuse is the one opposite the right angle. Okay, so you've got the hypotenuse, the right angle, and the side. The hypotenuse, the right angle, and the side. By Pythagoras' theorem, you could work out this side here. Using Pythagoras' theorem, if you know what it is or watch the video, this side here by Pythagoras would be 3 centimeters, and here again this would be 3 centimeters. So then, therefore, this would be a side, side, side. Okay, so if you've got a right angle, a hypotenuse, and a side, one of the short sides, and then these two triangles would be congruent if you've got two triangles with the same hypotenuse and side, and it's right angled. The last one angle, angle, angle is not congruent. Okay, so if you've got an angle, an angle, an angle for two triangles, they won't be congruent. Let's have a look at an example. Here's an equilateral triangle, so that means that all angles are 60 degrees, and here's another equilateral triangle. All the angles are 60 degrees. So because you know that you've got angle 60, 60, 60 degrees, and 60, 60, 60, you know that it's going to be the same shape, but you don't necessarily know it's going to be the same size. Okay, so angle, angle, angle isn't congruent. It's similar. And remember, in maths, the word similar means one's an enlargement of the other one. Okay, so here in that case they were enlargements of each other. Here's a typical question. Two congruent triangles are shown. Angle B equals angle C. So this angle here is the same as this angle here. It says write down the length of DE, so this length here. Now if you think about it, if they're congruent, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking side, angle, side. I've got side, angle, side. So here you've got side, angle, side. So that means that if this is 5.6, this is 5.6. This angle B is the same as angle E, and it means that this side, 10.3, is the same as this side, so this is 10.3. So the question says find the length of DE. The answer is 10.3 centimeters. Okay, this question, it says the triangle T and two of these triangles are congruent. So we have to identify which two of these 5 triangles are congruent to T. And they've given you 47 degrees, 5.2 and 63 degrees. Now looking at it, here you've got angle, angle, side. Now looking at these triangles here, none of them actually have 63, 47 and 50 or 5.2. This one has the 47 and the 63, but if you notice the 5.2 centimeters is in between those, so that's not the same. So the best thing to do here is actually start working out all the other angles, okay? So 47 plus 63 is 110, so this is 70 degrees here. And then if we work out the other angles, we can then work out which ones are congruent to T. Okay, so let's work out the missing angles. So 70 degrees plus 47 degrees is 117 degrees. So that means that the angle here is going to be 63 degrees. We've got 47 and 63, that's 110, so this means that that's 70 degrees. This angle in C, 70 plus 47 is 117, which means that this is 63 degrees. This angle here, 70 plus 63 is 133, which means it's 47 degrees. And finally, 70 plus 63 is 137, so that means that this angle is 43 degrees. Okay, let's then work out. Okay, so let's work out which one is congruent to angle, or which ones are congruent to T. So you want the 47, the 5.2, and then the 70. Okay, that would be angle, side, angle. Okay, so you're looking for the angle, side, angle, you're looking for the 47, the 5.2, and the 70. So this one's got the 47, then the 63 degrees, and the 5.2, so it's not B. Let's have a look. So we're looking for, again, 47 and the 70, and the 5.2 between them. So nope, not A, because that's in between the 70 and the 63. C, it's in between the 47 and the 70. So yep, so C is congruent to T, because it's angle, side, angle. Let's have a look at D. It's in between the 70 and the 47. Yep, so that's congruent. Let's just confirm that E isn't. So the 5.2 is in between the 70 and 43, not the 47, so not E. So the two triangles that are congruent to T would be D and C because of angle, side, angle.